Hello, lads and lasses. Olivion here, back from the dead again, but this time I really think I can do this and put up some consistency. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I have the time to edit all these cool ideas that I have for videos, so I'm gonna have less edited content and more general commentary, quality focused. And I decided, let's bring on some people and we're gonna talk about stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, hit star, please give a warm welcome to HalfSour.
Woo! I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
How are you today?
I am doing okay.
That's brilliant, because
it's the Minecraft Live event.
The Minecraft... Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, but...
No, it's not for another, 3 hours. But,
okay.
Oh man, I'm excited.
I was gonna say, you would have been a great friend if you missed out for Minecraft Live event for me.
Well, unless this podcast lasts for 6 hours, then we're like, oh no.
Oh no. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna start talking, because I woke up an hour ago and I'm not really thinking that clearly. So, HalfSour.
Yes.
There's going to be 5 questions I'm going to ask you, and then there's going to be 2 topics that I've selected, well, one of which I've selected, the other which HalfSour selected, and we'll just see how that goes. It's episode 1. Not much practice has happened at all. Anyway, colouring in. So, what's your favourite colour?
So, I was going to say red, and that's been my favourite colour for 10 years. But, and this is a big thing for me, I think my favourite colours moved to purple.
Purple?
That's a good colour, isn't it? It's halfway through red and blue. Oh, you just look at things and go, that is nice. That's a good purple.
Okay, yeah, no, I especially think dark purple is pretty nice, the colour of dairy milk.
Yeah, that is a luxurious colour.
Okay, so the whole point of this question is to jokingly hype it up for really philosophical questions. And the first question is, what's your favourite colour? But because of colour being very psychological, I can now analyse this.
No.
That is, if I took psychology for later studies, and I actually have no idea about psychology, nor philosophy either. I generally don't know how to think, but I can give you a rough estimate that HalfSour is more of a mysterious person.
Oh, am I?
That's brilliant. About the perfect reply. Okay.
Mysterious. Oh, I quite like that. What's red?
What's red? I would say either romantic or passionate.
Oh, next I've moved from romantic.
Obviously, HalfSour is the most romantic person I know.
Yeah, so, of course. All the people who make Minecraft Let's Plays say they're most romantic.
Because we're all red? What?
No, just in general. Just if you make Minecraft Let's Plays,
beautiful.
You're a sweet talker.
So, I'm the podcast host, and I'm also going to be partly mysterious.
Ooh.
So, each episode, I'm gonna reveal something about myself.
Ooh.
And starting with episode 1, I'm gonna reveal what my answer is to what's my favourite colour. Which should be pretty obvious. It's green. I mean, I use green for most of the text. And you're also looking at somebody who's called Olivion. It's green, and apparently green represents nature, I guess. Nature friendliness.
Or you're secretly a leprechaun.
Damn.
Hey.
You never know.
I'm on to you.
Oh god. But yeah, generally, I don't massively know why I like green that much. It's just a pleasant colour.
Do you like olive green? Or is it your favourite
olive
green?
shade is my specific favourite shade. What's your favourite shade of purple?
Oh no, dairy milk. I like that answer.
Dairy milk. Lovely.
Dairy milk purple.
Beautiful. So, some of these segments, I haven't spent too much time on thinking in the name kind of sense that, like, these names aren't great, but we're kind of creative. We're gonna move to game.
Ooh.
If I think of something more clever, I'm gonna change this in the future, but what's your favourite video game, HalfSour?
Okay, so I have 3, so I wrote them down, and I need you to pick a number between 1 and 3. Because otherwise I can't make it go down to 1. Okay, 1 and 3.
3.
3. Oh, that's the beginner's guide. You ever played the beginner's guide?
No, what is it?
Oh, if you ever need an example of video games being art, beginner's guide is the answer to you. So it's made by... have you ever played the Stanley Parable?
Yes.
It's made by one of the people who made that, but it's similar and it's about kind of meta stuff, but instead of being hilarious, it's just a bit sad.
Oh.
But it's the most impact a game's ever had on me. It's only 2 hours long, so I'd recommend just playing it. But you play through the whole thing, and you're just like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever made.
That seems like you have an attachment to this game. I will
I do,
check
it's
it
so
out.
good.
Yeah, no, that sounds like fun. Stanley Parable, I think, is genius game design, really. It's mostly just A-B choices, but because of how many choices there are, it splits off into so many different paths and so many different endings.
Stanley Parable is probably the funniest game ever made, I would say.
Okay.
They're making a new one as well, have you heard? Oh, it's like a remake.
Yeah, no, I've heard.
It's been pushed back a couple of times. But
Also, apparently it was originally a mod of Half-Life 2, which is very cool.
That is cool.
Anyway, because I also have very many cool games that I like to show off and just talk about them, I'm going to decide on a game. This is obviously very well thought and planned out. I'm going to just say, you know what? Speaking of having impact of me, one of my favourite games is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it's just... No, I know who I should have saved that game for. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to talk about this anyway, because HalfSour also likes it. Oh, what can I say? I can't say anything without saying go play it, because...
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to spoil it.
Oh my god, it looks like this whole romantic visual novel, and it's very nice. And then it goes places that I never expected it to go. And all the twists and turns is just phenomenal in my opinion. Also, the community is just very good. The base game is only 4 hours long, but I think I've racked up 60 hours just going on all different mods. So, yeah, no, it's important to me and it's very cool.
It's fun to watch other people play.
Yeah, there are so many things that happen.
Just seeing shock on people's faces, I'm like, yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and play that if you haven't, because it's free and generally very worth it.
Okay, the beginner's guide is like, I can't remember if it's £10 or £15 for only a 2-hour game, but it's worth it. However, I can see most people might not want to pay that. However, it's my favourite game, so shut up. I love it.
Nice.
Or in my top 3.
So, we're gonna move over to Olivion's option. So, for today, well, I'm actually doing multiple recording sessions, but while I have HalfSour on with me, I decided that we're gonna be talking about the future for a while, because not only are we in a game of Cyberpunk 2020,
woo,
pretty fun, and it's episode 1 as well, so I can talk about the future because it's the beginning of a series. But I don't know, HalfSour's a fascinating person in my opinion, so he's gonna have some interesting opinions about the future. So, where do you think you'll be in 10 years' time?
Dead, probably. Let's be honest.
Ah.
I don't know. I'd like to make films. That seems fun. Hang on, how old am I? And then 10 years. Okay, I probably won't have made a film, but I will have.
You could have
I'll either be
helped make a film, maybe.
Yeah. Or like, I'd love to become a writer on like a Doctor Who. That's the real dream.
Okay.
That's not very glamorous, but just writing an episode of Doctor Who would be like, whoa, I've made it.
Apparently, the writing in Doctor Who hasn't been good nowadays. I don't watch it, but I'm sure you can make it entertaining. If you do end up writing Doctor Who, I will try and get into it.
Yes. Yeah, the most recent seasons have just been like, oh no. But I like the Doctor. I like Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. I don't know. Well, I shouldn't get into. If we start talking about Doctor Who, this podcast will become like 7 hours long of just me kind of rambling on. I'll have bought a jetpack. That's what's going to happen in the future. As soon as jetpacks come out, I'm buying one.
They sound very dangerous, though.
Yeah, that's what makes them fun. It's like motorbiking. What's the word?
Motorcycling.
Motorcycling. It's like that, but to the extreme. Where you're just like, bye, honey, I'm off to work. Land. I'm good.
To be honest, I don't even know how they work. Do you have to, like, lean and tilt your body like a Segway? And then you use, like, the propulsion of the... Okay. It sounds like a cool future, but...
You need, like, an electric one, so it's, like, rechargeable.
Yes.
Just like Tesla have electric cars, I should make electric jetpacks. How hard can it be?
I don't think jetpacks are for me, but I will happily go and look at you.
Jetpacking to Doctor Who headquarters.
That sounds exciting. 10 years from now, I'm either gonna be, well, I'm probably gonna be just your normal Stanley Parable office worker.
Oh, yeah.
Typing away.
Hearing voices in your head. Oh, no.
Yeah, but something about it doesn't really annoy me that much. Like, if you give me a job, I'm gonna do it, I can work quickly at a PC, I can file stuff, I can email everyone, like, it's not that bad, and it can't be that bad, can it? It sounds repetitive, but it's also stable, I guess.
For the non-British people out there, we have to do work experience at school.
Oh,
and I went to a fly laboratory, and I found the really monotonous jobs the most fun, where you're just like, you're sitting back and you're just doing the same thing 100 times.
Nice.
Like, yeah. It feels like you're progressing somewhere. When you see 1,000 things you have to do, but it's all the same, and then you do it, and you're like, whoa, I just did that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But if I'm not sitting at an office, I'd like to hope that I'm some sort of entrepreneur, you know? I've had this revolutionary idea, like a bagel catcher.
Whoa, that's what I need.
I'm going to act on that, and I'm gonna hire my own people and start an enterprise.
And with the bagel catcher, is that like finding wild bagels and catching them? Or is that like
catching them out of toasters? It's a BoJack Horseman reference, but you know.
Oh, I don't remember that. No.
It's one of Todd's wackiest ideas.
Bagel catcher. I remember the clown dentist. That's the best joke in the whole show.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh, Reddit is broken.
Oh, no.
Hang on, images. Oh, I can't see it. I can't see the bagel catcher.
Is it not a bit? It might be a toast cat. I don't know. He wears like mitts and he catches.
Oh no, I got it.
Okay, nice.
I like Todd.
Todd is great. And I don't know. Something else that I quite like to see what happens is, I don't know, it's mostly unpredictable, the future.
Yeah.
It's almost terrifying in a way. I mean, hey, what if we get taken over by robots? I don't know. I know it's a very normie apocalypse to sort of predict, but it's not impossible.
No. Well, yeah, AI is terrifying, isn't it? Where, like, someone accidentally releases something and then suddenly we're all slaves. But I always say please and thank you to Alexa, just in case. You gotta do that. You can't be rude.
I don't personally have that many AIs in my house. I think I have like the few Google Homes, which I don't really use that much. And I also have my phone, which I use quite a lot, but also everybody has a phone. But you know, maybe our phones will all explode one day, killing every last one of us.
That sounds unlikely.
Kind of like, have you seen Kingsman: Secret Service?
I've seen the first one.
Damn, okay. In the sequel, they're sort of saying, hey, there's a SIM card, which you just need to pay for once, and then you get free texting, calling, all that sort of stuff. And by injecting them into their phones, they take control of the human race.
Damn.
But instead, this time, robots can say, hey, we're gonna link up all the phones on Earth, and we're gonna blow them up. I don't know. That's a weird theory. Leave me alone, I'm tired.
Where do you think, if you had to make a human utopia, like 1,000 years in the future, what would that look like for you? That's the question I think is just like, everyone has slightly different answers.
It really depends on how all of these situations are being handled. If global warming keeps on increasing, honestly, we might as well just evolve into amphibians and live underwater.
Okay, yes. I'll get started on that now.
Beautiful. Start growing gills.
How hard can it be?
But if every situation is ignored, I think, obviously, vertical integration, we'll just start building very high towers. Almost kind of like in Cyberpunk 2020, where you've got massive buildings and generally lots of floors. Not much scenery. Nothing to look at, it's just all...
This doesn't sound like a utopia.
Stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's all gonna be VR and AR. You know, if we want to load up a picture of Angel Falls, we can do it within a click of on our phones. I don't know, maybe teleportation exists and we've
Maybe.
preserved all of these places.
Would you think there'd still be countries? That's what I'm like, how long do countries have as a thing? When we travel to other planets and suddenly we have, oh, that guy's from Earth, that guy's from Mars, that guy's from Exxon 384. How long until it matters whether you're from England or from South Africa? I don't know. But then when, I can't see countries ever going, I think we're going to stop being a country. It's weird.
I've read lots of fantasy books where you've got the United States of Europe and the United States of Asia. And then Earth, just one civilization, but I don't know. At the moment, all countries are arrogant enough to not team up, I feel. I think more countries are gaining independence than countries joining up.
Yeah, you wouldn't want like one country just being ahead of all the others, like an empire. That would be bad, I think.
Yeah.
You'd want it to be an agreement that's a nice one. I'm not good at talking about. It's just simple words.
Where do you think Earth's gonna go in the future?
I feel like we've got to explore space at some point.
Yeah.
We just time travel back. And we just go to the start of the universe just so we can live a bit longer. That's what I think is going to happen. Or we cause another Big Bang.
That's kind of interesting. If we transport every human to the start of time, possibly not when I don't know. We could survive with dinosaurs around.
Yeah, we could.
We've just got to skip the whole, a meteor landing onto Earth.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh no, we could probably stop. If we could time travel, then we could stop meteors, right?
If we keep our technologies, yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't go back just to be a caveman again.
Yeah. Also, what do you think in terms of coronavirus?
Well, I mean, I hope it's gone in 100 years.
Yeah, but
or we'll die.
Near future, do you think we're still gonna have it in a year?
I feel like I don't want to predict anything because I'm not clever enough. But I feel like everything will have changed. I hope I never have to shake anyone's hand again. That's the real goal.
So
from now on, we'll just nod at each other as a greeting.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been muted.
I have been muted on Discord. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, so only I couldn't hear you. All your lucky listeners.
All of my audience heard me. I think
I feel left out now.
That's in the nicest way possible. I kind of predicted you would say that. It's just sheltering yourself from everyone else.
Yeah. Your handshakes. Yuck. Imagine if we had no handshakes and someone just went, hang on, instead of nodding at each other, we should grab each other's hand and vibrate. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's not terrible. I can judge what a person's like based on their handshake, and because I can guess what a person's like, I guess I can just prepare myself, I guess. Maybe, whereas nobody really nods violently and nods slightly.
Oh, people would start, wouldn't they? You'd get like people who want to be really big and manly, just like throw their head forward and like scream while doing it, and that would be way more fun. Then you know who to avoid just by seeing people like throw their head back and then just like wallop it forwards. No, yeah, we should start doing that.
Okay.
Let's write to Parliament and say we want to get rid of handshakes, make them illegal.
Yes.
Hunt people down for handshaking.
It's also preserving the what am I saying? Social distancing. It's you're not making physical contact. So my theory on the coronavirus is that it's still gonna be a while. I'd be surprised if we... Or I mean, I would be surprised if, like, mid-2021 just has the coronavirus gone. What I'm saying is it's still going to be around for 2022, I feel.
Which is sad. But like we still have cases of the bubonic plague. So I feel like it's always going to be around.
Oh, that would make sense,
once you get the vaccine, it'll be good. I feel like that's what we need. However, I have no qualifications in epidemiology. I don't even know what epidemiology means. So...
to do with epidemics, I assume, but yes.
Yeah. Epidemiology. That is a word. Turns out I am a genius.
Okay, so we're gonna swiftly move on to see where Ed learnt the word. I don't know. I was gonna make a clever...
no, that was a good segue. You should keep it.
But, you know, it's fine. Backstory bonanza. So, what is the most important event you feel sharing that has changed you for the better or for worse?
So when I was 6 years old, I fell down a well, and at the bottom was an epidemiologist, and he was like, young one, learn the word epidemiology. From that day on, I've always known that word. This is a hard question.
It is, and I apologise, but hey.
My life is boring.
Oh.
So who knows? I got pushed out of a car when I was young and hit my head. It was a parked car, but I feel like that's always shaken me. By my own brother. Oh, he's going to be really on the podcast. I just feel like no one ever talks about that. But if only I hadn't been pushed out of that car.
You've been pushed out. It was parked, which was
parked.
better, I guess. If you were on the motorway and you were pushed out, that would have been detrimental. Christ.
But then I had to go into school with a big bandage around my head. I didn't go to hospital or anything. It wasn't actually... This isn't important at all. However, I went to... You know, back in, like, early school, you go to reception and they go, we should chop your leg off. I hate that joke. Every time they go, you've got a cut on your leg, we'll have to chop it off.
Yeah.
You're supposed to laugh.
Oh, God.
I'm in great pain.
It's like, no, please, don't execute me.
Yeah. But then they got a bandage and just wrapped it around my head 600 times and said, that's it, go off to reception. Which is also the word for year one. It's confusing. But so I had to go into class.
I thought year one was a separate thing, no?
Oh, it's like the year before year one.
Yeah.
School's the worst.
I agree.
But then going into class dressed as a mummy. That's shaken me more than anything else.
Lovely.
No, that's my story. That's what I've decided.
Okay. Since I realised that I was going to reveal a part of myself every episode, and then some of these answers I've got multiple answers to. Some of these questions I've got multiple answers to. So I'm gonna share a part of me. And slowly, you can build up the lore of Olivion. So, speaking of coronavirus previously, that's honestly changed me for the better, in my eyes. I feel like I really needed that time to reform, I guess. 2020 was, at the beginning, it was alright. I had some few mental health problems. But I was worried that because of just constantly revising all the time, it's never going to improve. But then it's almost like fate said, hey, we see you're struggling over there. How about you don't do exams, and you can sit inside for 6 months while you try and figure stuff out? Everyone was complaining about the coronavirus, and I kind of was as well, but looking back at it now, I think I really needed it to become the person I am today, because I could sit inside, I could just not socialize, and I can figure out, right, what do I need to do to improve? How am I gonna fix things? And yeah, now I feel like a calmer, more reformed, and a happier person going into sort of quarantine. Yeah.
I think I speak for all your friends here. I say we're all really proud of you for getting through, getting better. And
thank you.
It's really good to hear that that's what's happened.
Honestly, if people at home, if you hate coronavirus and hate quarantine, that's completely understandable. Like, I understand not being able to see your friends is kind of painful. But for me, personally, it did more good than it did bad for me, personally. But I'm sorry for all of your losses if you've lost anyone.
Yeah, that's really sad.
So, now we move on to wishful thinking. So, if you had one wish, what would it be? Would it be your nodding thing you've suggested?
Maybe. No, I would be able to stop time.
That's cool.
Just, there's not enough time. They should make a day 48 hours. Just so I could, do stuff. Think about it. You could pause time and have a nap and then wake up and no one would know. Oh, that'd be nice.
I think culture generally has lots of things to do with time. So you've got examples like Groundhog Day, Back to the Future, lots of concepts playing around with time. But by stopping time, there's always a certain gimmick. Like, as soon as you interact with another person, then your time stops. Or your time stop keeps going. I don't know. How would that work?
I feel like you'd be able to move people around. But you'd probably end up accidentally killing someone. I don't know.
Ooh.
And also, I feel like you'd get like a genie. Is it a genie giving you this wish, or is it like a monkey's paw? Or like
it's a genie.
It's a genie. I feel like if you had a mean genie, then you'd instantly stop time, but then you wouldn't be able to breathe because there'd be no oxygen, and then you'd die.
Oh, that could be interesting.
So I think you'd have to go, genie, I wish to be able to stop time, but also I want to be able to move around and breathe and be able to move other things, and also, please don't kill me, genie. Thank you. And then that would be the wish.
But yeah, that was a good response. You can, if you're tired, you can have a nap. Understandable. And how?
Are you going to share yours?
Just one more question about this.
Okay.
What are you gonna use it for if you're not gonna? I don't know. What are you gonna use it for?
Well, if you sleep when time stopped, then you could work through the whole night. Oh, well, no, the thing is, if I was able to have more time to do things, I'd still not do anything. I'd still procrastinate, but just for more time. So actually, this is awful. This is probably going to end up me just spending hours just sitting on my own.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm just sad. I should be doing homework.
One wish that I'd like to be granted, I guess, is... I've learned to become grateful, I guess. Not take everything for granted. I'm happy with everything that I have, so I don't really have any more wishes. I guess if I'm gonna go for basic wish answer of I wish that you could... Oh, I know. I wish that we all grew to be amphibians, linking back to what we talked about earlier.
Yes. Okay.
You know, I feel like swimming would be a lot better because, well, watching swimming anyway, because they don't have to put their heads up to breathe, and they can just focus on swimming, so it's going to be faster and more entertaining. Generally, going for a swim. We can start building an underwater civilization like Atlantis. I don't know, I see not much flaws with this.
Aquaman cosplay would be easier.
Yes.
That's the real upside.
Oh god. It's
infinite wishes. What was I thinking? I could have wished for infinite wishes and I didn't.
That's no. I probably wouldn't have allowed you to say that, but okay, yeah, very clever. So, I would say it's kind of like Aladdin's genie, but yeah, no, I'm gonna say it's the Aladdin genie. So you can't wish for more wishes, you can't bring back the dead, and you can't make somebody fall in love with you.
Okay. I'll just keep. I wouldn't wish for anything, just to keep him around, so you could have Robin Williams back. There's Robin Williams. Everyone would be happy again.
Yeah, but no. Aladdin wished for the genies to be released, and I think they stuck around for some more. I don't know.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
In the remake, he was on his own adventure. Not with Aladdin, so that's kind of sad. I don't know.
I'd instantly use up all my wishes just so Will Smith could go away.
Yes.
Just like, get out of here, Will Smith.
So, we're gonna swiftly move on to Guest Nest. So, what have you selected for us to talk about, HalfSour?
I've selected our favourite piece of media set in autumn/fall. Because it's the time of the year where all the leaves are turning orange. Oh, I like that.
A favourite piece of media?
Yeah, so it could be like film, TV, game, piece of music. It could be the Monster Mash if you want.
Yes. I don't know. What would your favourite piece of media be?
Have you ever heard of Over the Garden Wall?
I've heard of it, yes. I've never seen it before.
Oh, it was a tiny animated TV show released on Cartoon Network that barely anyone has seen. And it is the greatest TV show ever made.
Oh my god.
Okay, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but you should watch it. It's so good. I love it. It's just like, it feels like autumn to me. Where you just watch it and you're like, oh my god, I'm an awesome person now. And it's got Elijah Wood, so why wouldn't you watch it?
Nice. Autumn's generally pretty cool. I don't really know any shows or media generally that
I would accept Halloween
being focused entirely around autumn. Halloween is a pretty cool celebration. I don't know, I like autumn themed levels in video games. Maple Tree Way from Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah.
A classic.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna stick with Halloween. So I used to really like this because, when you were younger, you go trick-or-treating, nobody judged you, and now that we're more grown up, I don't know, Ed and I we went to a party last year. It's probably not happening this year, obviously.
No.
But it's a fun time to just be spooky, I guess. I don't know. It's something about it. Just once a year, you dress up, and it's fun to just mess around with your friends, I guess. Because of the coronavirus, it's obviously not happening this year. But I think it's virtual Halloween sounds very exciting. I've heard lots of people talk about what we're doing with Halloween online.
Yeah. I'm just going to watch loads of horror movies. That's my goal. That's my October. Is it October? It is. Oh no, I've got to start watching.
Nice. I don't really watch that many horror films.
I love horror. Boo.
Wow. I'm trying to think of the last time I've seen a horror film, actually. It's probably not until... God, I think I know what it is. I watched Caroline, like, several years ago, and I don't think I've seen a horror film since. Caroline is terrifying, Christ.
You mean Coraline?
Caroline. I don't know.
It's the same thing.
Coraline is...
But you mean Button Eyes?
For Button Eyes,
yeah,
always get me.
That's a classic kids horror.
I'm trying to think of something that's just autumn-based, I guess.
I might have given you a too difficult question.
I don't know. I can talk about autumn generally, but not just things that have been released in autumn. With an autumn style, even. I think autumn's just nice. You know, you look outside, all of the trees are orange and falling, and it's a pleasant sight to see, you know? It's kind of sad in that it represents that life is all going to end at some points, but, you know, I think it more represents the fact that it might fall now, but, you know, in spring, it's gonna grow back again.
Yeah.
Which is a nice sensation. Also, I find that the word autumn is quite nice as well. Americans say fall.
I like fall. I think fall's better. It's just like...
Really?
It's fall. Yeah,
it's like,
I don't know.
well, leaves fall, so let's call this whole season fall. And it's like, not creative.
I like autumn's also good, but it's got the MN, which is like, what's going on there?
But autumn. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but...
Also, if you have it as full, you can remember that the clocks fall back and then spring up in spring. Do you remember, like, daylight saving? But clocks can't autumn back, and that annoys me.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I have.
That's set in autumn.
I suppose that is, yeah. That was cool.
That's good. There you go. That's my review. It is good.
God, now I'm thinking about films that... There is a film that I've seen that's based on Predator or Prey or something along those lines, but they're preparing for a hibernation. And that was pretty good.
Over the Hedge?
I don't think it's Over the Hedge, but it scarily matches my description.
It does. That sounds like Over the Hedge.
Oh my god. Oh god. Wow.
Over the Hedge.
Olivion, the Over the Hedge fan. It's probably some Russian film I've seen when I was a child, but okay, Over the Hedge. Yes, that's my favorite. Awesome.
In the lore, that's now your favorite film. Over the Hedge.
Okay, nice.
Is Bruce Willis in it?
I think he is.
Whoa, that's crazy.
But yeah, happy autumn, everyone.
Yeah.
And now, we're gonna move to the most unpredictable section, where not even I know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna generate a random word, and we're gonna just talk about it. And this could be very difficult, so this could just end up being 5 minutes long, but hey, if it's broad enough, it might be
6 hours.
6 hours long, and
we'll spend the next 3 days talking about
HalfSour will miss out his Minecraft Live event.
Oh, no.
Okay. Right, I found a random words generator. And we're gonna generate worth. Okay. What does the word worth mean to you? What does it mean to be worthy?
This is difficult.
Yeah, no, that was insightful, Christ.
To be worthy, I don't know, it's got to be nice. I feel like you've got to be quite a moral person to be worthy of something.
Depends what you're trying to build up worth for, to be honest.
But you also just have, like, money.
Bloody Mjolnir, Captain America has the worth to hold it, to wield it.
He does. But, yeah, Thor doesn't always. So, what's going on there? Is that the plot of the first movie? That's like...
yeah, no, his worth has been revoked.
But who decides the worth? Does Mjolnir? How does Mjolnir know who's worthy and who's not?
I think it was Odin, and then when... spoiler alert for a film that came out like a decade ago. Odin dies, and then Mjolnir became its own thing, maybe? I don't know.
I'm now angry at Mjolnir for, like, deciding people's worth. Get out of here, Mjolnir.
I've seen the film theory that Thanos is worthy, and that is pretty cool, but...
No, surely he can't be. Thanos is pretty mean.
Well, I guess... I don't know. I'm still on Team Thanos. Thanos did nothing wrong.
What?
I completely agree with... What? What do you mean? His logic is soundproof.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, so don't need to question killing half the universe.
But let's face it, we're growing way too quickly. We're running out of resources, especially in all of these things that are happening.
Half our resources are other animals that he also just killed. But
think about it. If we have a snap now, then there's a chance that we can kill everybody that has the coronavirus and it won't be a thing.
We were at 3 billion in, like, the 50s, and now we're at 7. So in 50 years' time, if we got snapped, then we'd just come back. So we'd have to do it every 50 years. It's just like, get out of here, Thanos.
Well, I don't know. I think something about it sounds right. Obviously, like, I don't hate people, but in theory, I think it's really going to work.
What? I'm not accepting Thanos. I like Thanos as a character, but he's just the worst as a person. If I met him, I'd be like, get out of here, Thanos.
Not until he, punches you in the face with the Infinity Gauntlet, but
Yeah.
I think
I'll survive that. now that I can stop time with my superhero powers, yes. I could defeat him easily.
I don't know, what would the impact of cutting up the population by half have, realistically?
Oh no, we don't die.
Like will half of the people die, and then what?
Then the other half die. Because we rely on half of the population to make electricity and feed cows and drive out.
But there's still lots of people in the world with all different skills.
Yeah, but imagine if half of the parliament died, and then that means the whole of the UK politics are going to absolute chaos for the next few days, and then we'd start killing each other, and then we'll die.
Well, I guess it's all just a gambling game, right? If we were to get rid of, I don't know, all the presidents in the world, obviously, anarchy would break loose. Wow, no, you've changed my mind. Maybe this isn't such a good idea.
I'm sorry to ruin your plans.
In addition to, getting rid of a lot of people, there's going to be less people that can do their jobs well, so that's going to cause death.
Also,
and also, the mental impact of having people lost is gonna take a mental toll, and then they can commit suicide, and then it's like, oh no, maybe there's gonna be only 1 billion people left on Earth.
So the overpopulation thing, we're gonna stop the is it the UN or the WHO or something? They predict we won't get past 11 billion ever.
How so?
We don't even need to worry. Because as a living condition goes up, childbirths go down. So in more developed countries, you have an average of 2, so that's 2 parents having 2 children.
Interesting.
So then it goes down. So then we won't get past 11 billion, they predict. So overpopulation isn't really an issue as long as we can have 11 billion, which we think we can.
Well, I haven't done my research then.
This is just watching YouTube videos.
They're going back to being worthy. It depends on what kind of standards you're setting yourself, I guess, because to be worthy is... If you're a person with quite low expectations, then to be worthy, you don't really have to do that much, but if your parents expect a lot from you, and you have all this pressure to succeed, then it's probably going to take to be perfect to be worthy, and obviously nobody except HalfSour can be perfect, so you know.
Of course, yeah. I am the ideal that everyone else should aim for.
Yes. So, for our last segment, I'm gonna cause the generation of a random question. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. I was just self-doubting myself, I guess. But yeah, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, just like nobody is going to expect this question that's going to pop up in a second. Random question generator, there we go. How do I do this? Is there a button? Okay, right, I found the button, but all these questions are just, oh, what's your favorite food? It's like, well, that's not very insightful at all. I'm gonna randomly generate it until I have something that could actually be, talked about for a while. Ooh, okay. How much personal space do you need to be comfortable?
I don't understand. As in, like, away from other people?
Yes.
Like, a good meter or 2.
Fair enough. Look at HalfSour. Keeping up social distancing. Yeah. I think it really depends on who. If it's nobody that I know, I'm gonna keep a good 3 meters away from them. But if it's one of my friends, then, it's 2 meters, regardless, because of coronavirus. But otherwise, I think just 1 meter radius from myself is enough to keep me comfortable.
But sometimes you get like packed into crowds and stuff, and I don't hate that as long as it's not for hours.
Well, I'm actually agoraphobic, and I have a fear of crowds.
That's bad for you. So this question,
yeah, no. If it's not too bad, I can have a meter or 2 of personal space, but that's why I never go to London. There's just way too many people, and I can't be bothered to try and avoid all the crowds.
That's fair.
I think other people are fine with personal space not really being a thing, because I don't know, maybe they like being lads and, you know, shaking other people's hands. Ugh.
Yuck. Nodding.
Instead of nodding. But it's interesting, because it can also decide, or rather, you can tell what a person is like by how they value their personal space. So, yeah, no, if they're shaking everyone's hand, then obviously they're quite extroverted. And if you're like me, avoiding people at all costs, less so, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been recording for 55 minutes, so that's going to be a wrap for today.
Thanks for having me
on. Sorry?
Thanks for having me on.
Yes, thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure having you. Unfortunately, there are some bits I probably need to edit out, like my mum walking in on me, so that's gonna be still some editing, but you know what, it's not that much editing, so expect to see this on Sunday, the 4th of October, which is tomorrow.
Cool. I will watch it then.
Thank you. And if you like this, please leave a like, and a comment as well, and subscribe as well. You know what, why don't you comment about what kind of answers you've had to one of my questions. So tell us what your favourite video game is, or what your favourite colour is. HalfSour and I would be interested to know.
If it's not my answer just the same, then I'll be very angry at all of you.
No, Jesus.
I'll be a hater.
You've got to ring that bell, the new trendy thing to say, to see when these new podcasts go live. And any last words?
Hello, future me, listen to this. You suck. Get out of here. Okay, now I've got to defend myself in the future. He'll be so mad. It's going to be hilarious.
Damn, okay. Well, this has been Dr. Olivion on Olivion Off Topic and HalfSour, and I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye!